Nailing your grind is one of the most important parts of making good coffee. Too fine and the water can't get through, too coarse and it will just gush out without picking up much of that good stuff along the way. Your grinder should have a label on its adjustment collar showing you which way to turn. Think of coffee grinds like a bucket of sand or rocks. If you're pouring water into a bucket of sand, it'll slowly make its way to the bottom, but a bucket of rocks will just let that water roll on through without much resistance. It's the same with your coffee. If your grind is too fine, there won't be enough room between grinds for water to get through easily, which means your extraction will be super slow. If it's super fine, the water might not be able to get through at all. Then, on the other hand, if your grind is too coarse, water will get through quickly and won't properly dissolve that coffee oil that create the crema. There are a few things to remember when adjusting your grind. Always make minor adjustments like 1 notch or 2 to 3 mils at a time. A little goes a long way. And secondly, adjust your grind while your grinder is running. This will help prevent your grinder burrs from jamming up. Then after you've made your adjustment, run the grinder for a few seconds to dump those grinds to remove any old coffee grinds that will be lingering inside the grinder, chute or dosing chamber. When adjusting your grind, keep everything else the same so that you're only changing one variable at a time. So, how much coffee should you be using? Depending on what size basket you have in your portafilter, you'll either be using single or double. Most cafes will use a double basket as standard, and it's definitely the size that we prefer. Single baskets take around 7 to 9 grams of ground coffee, whereas double baskets take 14 to 18 grams. This is where your scales come in handy. Gently place your portafilter on your scales and then tare it. Then grind your coffee into your portafilter and place it back onto the scales to check. Repeat until you have the desired weight. If you use a time grinder, you can set it so that it grinds for the same amount of time each time. If you're using a dosing grinder, take note of the visual amount, what it looks like in the basket. Weighing your coffee is super helpful when you're starting out or troubleshooting, but you don't want to have to do it every time. Once you've ground your coffee into your portafilter, then compact the grinds by tamping. Put your portafilter onto the tamp mat, line the tamp up, keep your wrist straight and press down firmly. The ideal tamping pressure is 30 pounds, about 14 kilos. If your coffee is ground and dosed correctly, then the compressed coffee, called a puck, should sit approximately at the wee dent that you see inside the basket, and the top of the tamp disc should be about level with the top of the portafilter. Release the pressure, then gently rotate the tamp to smooth out and polish the surface of the puck. Give the top of the portafilter a quick wipe if there are any rough coffee grinds. We don't want those in the group head. Purge your group head quickly to stabilize that temperature and to make sure the pump pressure is sitting between 8.75 and 10 bars while the water is running. Turn the group head back off, then lock your portafilter in, making sure it's in snugly but not over tightened. It should be pointing directly towards you, and place your cup on the drip tray and then immediately turn the group head back on to begin the extraction. If you're making a double shot, you'll be aiming for a yield of about 30 to 40 mils in 25 to 30 seconds. This is a personal preference though, so feel free to play around and see what you like best. Some people prefer to shut the shot off sooner, which is called a ristretto or restricted shot. When your shot is running, if you leave it, you'll notice it starts to pale in color after a while. This is called blonding and happens when the coffee oils have all been dissolved. Ideally, we want to stop extraction before this happens. After you've finished, remove your cup, then take out your portafilter and dump the used puck into your knockbox. It should come out relatively easy. If it's too wet or sludgy, it's likely that your shot was underdosed or your grinds were too coarse. Purge your group head again and then put your cleaning blind in to back flush the head. Check out our video on cleaning for more in-depth instructions on how to do this. You'll also want to make sure you rinse out your portafilter before locking it back into the group head. So there you have it, a delicious shot of coffee. If you're having a few issues getting it just right, check out our espresso troubleshooting video for tips and extra help.